Hi everyone, it is Eric again, Oz Campground's very own meteorologist, and this weekend is sort of a quieter weekend by nature because of course next weekend is Labor Day weekend, but that doesn't mean that this weekend can't be full of lots of fun. And often if you're a person who doesn't like the huge crowds, this could be a good weekend because we know next weekend everyone's going to be here. It's going to be a really good time. By the way, I will be here next weekend. Yeah, that's right. This is going to be my weekend at Oz Campground, Labor Day weekend. So make sure you're there for that. But let's talk about this weekend. And we know that we've been talking about Hurricane Erin off the East Coast. The waves have been crashing. They've been huge there in the Southeast. We've had no impacts, of course, here whatsoever in Central and South Georgia. We're going to keep it that way as we head through the weekend. We do have a couple of scattered storms that are going to be around. That's the way it's been the last few weeks. We have a nearly stationary front. We'll get to that a little bit later with the weather story, but one or two of those, that's about all we'll have to dodge here, particularly on Saturday. We'll keep an eye on that. And then we have cooler than normal temperatures. That's really the best news of all because this time of the year, it could easily be in the mid and upper 90s for highs, but we're expecting mid and upper 80s. We're toning it down a little bit. That just makes it so much more comfortable to have a good weekend here at Oz. And there's a lot going on. So now let's take a look at some of the events going on this weekend at Oz. So if taking a nice chill weekend is your vibe, this is definitely the weekend to do that here at Oz. Of course, next weekend, we got lots planned and a lot of folks will be here having a really good time. So if that's your vibe, of course, you want to come next weekend as well. But we take it easy this weekend ahead of Labor Day. And overall, as I was mentioning, the temperatures are going to be a bit more comfortable than you would expect at this point in the season. By Friday evening at 8 o'clock when the bar opens, we'll be in the upper 70s. Good night for hanging out at the bar with just a slight chance for an isolated shower or storm. Saturday in the afternoon, of course, with some daytime heating, there will be a couple of storms that pop up. We'll do our best to keep that Oz weather bubble going so that no showers and storms threaten your Saturday afternoon, but should be a good day at the pool with highs in the mid 80s. And then Saturday in the evening, we'll be chilling at the bar again. Temperatures in the upper 70s. How often this time of the year in this part of Georgia are you in the upper 70s on a Saturday evening? Doesn't happen very often, but lots going on at Oz for this upcoming weekend. Now let's take a look at the weather story. And as we look at the weather map here, the nearly stationary front has been the reason for that ongoing threat for showers and storms, kind of scattered here throughout much of the Southeast. It's a small threat on Friday. The threat for showers and storms increases a bit on Saturday ahead of a wave of low pressure traveling along that front. But I want to point your attention to this front, a strong cold front that just might do the job and finally get this cold front, or this nearly stationary front, I should say, to move on out. The reason that that's important, because next weekend, of course, is Labor Day weekend. This front, by the way, has been here for days, if not weeks. So if we can get this cold front to move all of that away, we will finally get some really nice weather going toward Labor Day weekend. Something I think everyone will be happy about. But this is how we summarize the weekend forecast. 88 degrees on Friday, small threat for a shower or storm. The highest threat is actually Saturday afternoon into the evening, probably late afternoon into the evening. So you'll still get some pool time in there. Temperatures in the mid 80s, and then we'll be in the upper 80s again on Saturday with a threat for some showers and storms. So the reason we're a little bit cooler on Saturday is that the chance for showers and storms, particularly after 3 or 4 o'clock, comes up quite a bit. So I mentioned that cold front could finally do the job. Look at this dry weather that settles in for the rest of next week. Fingers crossed that that weather continues into our Labor Day weekend. Right now, it looks like it very well could. So that is this week's weather update. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And of course, I'll see you next week, not only with a weather update, but if you're going to be at Oz, I'll see you there as well. Have a good weekend, everyone.